If there's anything that entices you to eat something, it's definitely the thought to vomit. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to Maverick Baking and welcome back to another trashy junk food review. Today I am digging into our collective childhoods, or perhaps your children's childhoods, depending on how old you are, or if you were under the age of 20 just now, you're probably just getting an insight into what it was like to be a child in the early noughties.
You're a wizard, Harry. I'm a what? Harry, you're a wizard. I'm a what?
The Harry Potter books, and especially the Harry Potter films, in the earlier stages before things got very kind of dark and grungy, had a very big emphasis on the food. You know, the food in these films always looked like something you wanted to try. And of course, because of that, because of the hype around pumpkin juice, butterbeer, chocolate frogs, jelly beans, all of these things, of course, we had to make them in real life. Of course, because why wouldn't you make money out of something if you could? You thought the final installment of Harry Potter was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2? Incorrect, my friend. The final installment is released today, right now, and it's called Harry Potter and the Commercialization of Literally Fucking Everything. I treated myself, as we all should, to a gigantic hamper of Harry Potter based junk food. And today we are going to be trying it, and I'm going to be letting you know whether this purchase is worth your money too. I basically wanted to order it to see if this kind of realization of my childhood interests is something that is worth ingesting. My guess is no, but we're about to find out. I hope you're ready. So we have 3 different chocolatey goodies to try in here today. We have the classic chocolate frog, a chocolate creature, and what looks to literally just be a chocolate train ticket from platform 9 3/4. We love the lack of effort. So I think because you're likely all here for it, we're going to taste chocolate frog first. Now, what bothers me about this the most is that the chocolate frog from the movies was utterly iconic. It came in a specific package. There was a chocolate frog that came to life in that package, and inside was a collectible card. Now, this is a plastic wrapper. The vibes are already way off. Similarly, instead of being a kind of substantial treat, this chocolate frog is made with what looks to be incredibly cheap milk chocolate with crisped rice inside. Why? We'll never know. So we do have a collectible card inside here, and it is that of Rowena Ravenclaw. What I'll do with it, that's a bit more questionable. So inside our package, this, given the size of the package, right? This is the size of the chocolate frog. Please, please, whoever made this, whoever in the great team of marketing people that kind of gave this the thumbs up, how could you possibly have thought that was an appropriate size?
How dare you!
This is, I would say, 20 to 25 grams of chocolate. It's absolutely tiny. It's very small. It smells very generic, as is to be expected, and you can see in its kind of lumpy undergrowth that we have some crisped rice in there. This is hugely disappointing and entirely forgettable. It tastes like generic kind of Nestle chocolate, milky but not creamy at all because of the amount of sugar and milk powder they have in there. You can't taste the cocoa, it's way too sweet. And the crisped rice has absolutely no place being there. We're gonna move on. We have 2 more chocolate treats in here, but I think we're going to tackle the chocolate creature next. We have a sticker of a cat. Do you want it? Because I don't. And yet again, being utterly robbed by the packaging, this tiny chocolate plaque came in a wrapper this size. Talk me through the thought process behind that. Please, someone. So what makes even less sense here, in an almost comedic way, is the fact that we're told there'll be 1 of 6 creatures inside. You would expect that to be something like, you know, a hinky punk, a basilisk, something that isn't, you know, a real life thing. No, we have a sticker of a cat, and entirely unrelated, we have Harry Potter's owl Hedwig. Now, one thing I will give them is they have carved kind of an image into this. We have a chocolate mold of something that is obviously resembling an owl. There's some effort in it. But guess what? When you bite into it, It's exactly the same chocolate product. Why? Who is this for? Again, sweet, generic, not creamy, not particularly good to the point it's actually making my teeth sting with the sugar. The crisp rice has no place being there. What's the point? Moving on. In an unbelievable twist of fate, it turns out our chocolate train ticket that's going to get us onto the Hogwarts Express is also milk chocolate with crisped rice. Dear God, why on earth is this allowed to happen? So we open this up, this kind of very last minute printed package that they even had to put Harry Potter on, as if we would think a ticket from London to Hogwarts wasn't Harry Potter related. We open it up, which again, you know, I'll give them that. They've gone to the effort of using a mold that suggests that we're about to board the Hogwarts Express with this entirely valueless ticket. Tiny bit of snap, thanks to the crisp rice and nothing else. And yet another completely pointless and entirely forgettable crispy milk chocolate. It's so clearly just a really cheap way to use even less chocolate by shoving in crispy bits for all three of these products in the same hamper. It's bad enough that these products all exist independently of each other, all in equally thoughtless packaging. My mind is being blown in the worst way possible. Anyway, shall we have a palate cleanser? Butterbeer is something that the Harry Potter books and movies always made look enticing. It was both fizzy and creamy at the same time, and it even had a little bit of booze in it. Now, obviously, this one is not going to have any booze in it because that would be far too expensive for the people making it. So instead, it is a butterscotch cream soda. Now, I'm not going to judge it straight away. I really don't feel like it could actually be any worse than the chocolate we've just had. It came with a proper cap that needs a proper bottle opener, which I do appreciate. It's a bit of effort, you know? And the bottle itself does look pretty good. From afar, it actually looks like it could be some kind of cheaper end craft beer. And it smells like butterscotch cream soda. Cheers. Okay, in a rapid change of circumstances, it actually tastes pretty good. It's incredibly sweet, and it has that same butterscotch flavour that, say, a Werther's Original Sweet would have, any kind of caramel boiled sweet. The cream soda element carries that really well. It makes it taste like sweets, or perhaps like a caramel flavoured dessert. The fizz is very minimal, so if you're into kind of super fizzy drinks, this might not be for you, but if you like sweet caramel flavoured stuff, that's actually pretty good. If that was widely available, it would probably be quite popular. Finally, some good news! Okay, we're now going to move on to the sweets in our hamper and see if our endeavours have been worth it. So our sweet selection consists of some jelly slugs, I don't know, and some Bertie Bott's Every Flavour beans. Now this is actually something I'm quite excited about. It's something related to the books and the movies and something that is actually edible. Jelly slugs, on the other hand. I think the only relevance to slugs in the movies, as far as I'm aware, other than Professor Slughorn's surname, is the time Ron was vomiting them up. So, you know, if there's anything that entices you to eat something, it's definitely the thought to vomit. So these come in 5 different flavours. They come in pear, cherry, tangerine, watermelon, and banana. Very interestingly and potentially disturbingly. It smells like a lush bath bomb factory has exploded, though perhaps not in a bad way. The one I'm most intrigued by, God. The one I'm most intrigued by is the banana one, because all of the other ones are probably just vaguely generic jelly sweets. But I have never had a banana flavoured sweet of this texture. They appear to have the texture of wine gums. It's quite a hard kind of jelly that cracks before it bends. To give you a close-up of the design though, oh my God. Let's see how it is. Oh God. Okay, so the texture when feeling them in my hand was like wine gums, but it turns into something much more soft. Very like the inside of a jelly bean, actually. It's got this weird sort of soft, malleable texture that's somehow weirdly chalky. The banana flavour is very, very strong, very artificial. If you like a McDonald's banana milkshake, it's the kind of vibe you're going for here. But honestly, as funny as they are to look at and the fact that they look like a pair of slippers, as jelly sweets go, they're not too bad. Neither the banana nor the cherry flavour have made me want to vomit slugs, so that's a success to me. And finally, we move on to the iconic Bertie Bott's every flavored jelly beans. So these are actually made by Jelly Belly, who make a lot of kind of jelly bean challenge varieties where, for example, like in this packet, you'll have flavors that are nice, such as banana, blueberry, or candy floss. And you'll also have flavors such as soap, rotten eggs, and earwax. Though what they haven't done, which is normally the case with the kind of jelly bean challenge, is they would normally have kind of the same color for two different flavors. One would be good, one would be bad. For example, the yellow ones would either be a rotten egg or banana. Whereas in this one, they're all different colors. For example, there's one brown jelly bean and it's sausage flavored. So you're obviously not going to eat the brown jelly bean. Similarly, there's only one kind of neon pink one and it's cherry. You know? Anyway, I have neither the time nor the desire to bore you through tasting all of the good ones and all of the bad ones. So I'm going to take one that I know will not scar me, mentally or physically, and I'm just gonna let you know how it is. But generally speaking, this is pretty spot on to what is in the movies. If it had come in the iconic kind of cardboard carton that they come in the movie, it would be much, much better. But appearance-wise, they look good. You know, you can see, I hope, that we have all of those different colors in there. They sound as jelly beans should. They smell sweet, but in both good ways and bad ways. And they look enticing. You want to taste them. They look like little edible jewels. So I'm gonna taste this green one, which I hope is the green apple and not the grass flavor. And it tastes like an apple jelly bean. That kind of hard, semi-crunchy coating on the outside, dissolving into a super chewy, sticky jelly center. These really aren't my kind of thing. I've always found jelly beans to be just that little bit too chewy, but I probably will enjoy making Francesco taste the bad ones and telling them they'll be good ones. Overall, like the butterbeer, these are pretty authentic to what is in the books, to what is in the movies, and they kind of have the effect that they should have in a product like this. Generally speaking though, oh my god. This is, especially in the first few products, one of the most kind of shameless cash grabs I think I've ever seen. Like, if you are going to go to the effort of trying to mimic one of the most iconic kind of chocolate products from a movie, at least try, you know, at least try and make it something vaguely resembling that from the movie, or make it good chocolate. You had two chances and you messed both of them up. The fact that they've released the same product in 3 different shapes, you could call it good marketing or you could call it daylight robbery. I know which one I'll be sticking to. Even though it might make a fantastic gift for a very small and unopinionated child. The problem with that is that fans of Harry Potter are now pretty much 20 and over. There will be some children who get into it and some kind of tweens and young teenagers who are into it, but marketing this kind of thing with such crappy quality is really questionable when you're actually looking at the demographic of people who read or watch Harry Potter nowadays. So a bit of a mixed review. Overall, for the effort in the presentation and things like that, but also falling hugely short on some of the products, I'm gonna give this hamper a 3 out of 5. It could definitely be worse. If you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see me reviewing more kind of trashy stuff like I did here and in the recent Valentine's Day video, which you should definitely check out if you haven't already, do let me know in the comments. I do love the shit talking in these videos. But I'm afraid that is all I have time for today, guys. Thank you so much as always for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it and I will see you for the next one.